on this episode of The Shelter.
Alright, and here's our quarterly biscuit projections. As you can see, I predicted a 5% decline in treats, which is just not gonna work. We need to. Hey, are any of you even listening? That's it. Y'all need some motivation. Get up! Get up! We need a power hour.
Good afternoon and welcome to another special live episode of The Shelter. This hour, we are going to be doing our Motivational Power Hour, and you'll be joined by your hosts, and that's Chris, Lisa, and Monkey.
Well, you know what, Lisa? Monkey doesn't look particularly motivated, but what we're attempting to do in this hour, it is another Center Foundation Power Hour, and PAWS would like to have the most number of donors in this hour making gifts to Center Gives. If we accomplish that, Centre County PAWS will receive a $500 prize from Center Foundation. And I can't thank everyone who has donated throughout Center Gives enough so far. We are so grateful to your efforts. We're so grateful for your support. And all the funds raised during Center Gives helps dogs. Well, dogs like Monkey, who was adopted a couple years ago, and all of our other cats and dogs.
So to get us started, I'm going to introduce our first competition. As Chris said, Monkey might not be too motivated, but he's certainly judgmental. And we need your help judging these next competitions. You'll see that this first video is actually pre-recorded, and we're going to cut to that. Just a quick technical note, you may notice that the volume will jump up, so just be ready to turn down your volume just a little bit for these pre-recorded videos. So first, the question you want to ask yourself while you watch this video is, who caught it best, and who deserves to win the Treat Yourself Award? You'll see our contestants, Chacho, Samantha B., Faye, Elvira, and Lady. Here we go. right, we hope you enjoyed that first contest. So you saw the following dogs. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them before we move on. So first up was Chacho. Chacho was featured in our live stream last night as well. He's definitely a fan favorite around here. Chacho is about 7 years old, a large mixed breed. He came to us approximately 3 weeks ago from our partners ACCT Philadelphia. And he's doing really well here. He's really settling in, really finding his groove, as I'm sure you saw in the video. Next, we had Samantha B., also a transfer, but this time a transfer from Pets Come First, a local rescue organization. She's about 7 years old, an American Bulldog mix. She's been doing a lot of intensive training with her pet partner, and she's going to be ready for her forever home any day now. Next, you saw Faye. Wow, what an athlete. 2.5 years old, mixed breed. Another transfer, this one from Ohio, our Cincinnati Animal Care rescue partner. You also saw Elvira. She's approximately 5 years old and a German Shepherd Malinois mix. Lady was our last contestant. She's about 4.5 years old. She's a pit bull who came to us as an owner surrender, and she is our longest resident participating in today's competition. So I'm hearing some pretty strong feelings from Monkey about his favorite, strongly in favor of Chacho winning. Let's check in with some of our next contestants and see if they have any thoughts on the matter. Megan, who do you think should win the Treat Yourself Award?
I'm with Monkey on this one. I got to go with Chacho.
Thank you. Mandy?
Chacho.
Wow. Christy, who is it going to be?
I'm going to have to disagree with these people. I think it's Samantha B.
All right. And Colin?
I'm going to say it's Faye, not Samantha B.
Wow. Wow. All right, everyone. Well, be sure to mark your comment section with who you think should be the winner of today's Treat Yourself Award. All right, moving right along into our next competition. We're going to be doing a detangling competition. You're looking for the most stylish untangler. This competition is backed by popular demand. It was first introduced last year during our COVID shutdown. This was during the Staff Olympics, and we got a really strong feedback. And quite frankly, we had some staff who wanted a rematch. So, I'll first introduce our contestants. We have Megan, the mutt lover. Next up, Mandy, the mop master. Clean machine, Christy. And Colin, the curer. All right, everybody. Let's get a countdown going, Monk. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Colin the Curer seems to have an early lead. Oh, wow. Megan the Muttmaster really pulling it out, literally pulling leashes out. Christy is our reigning champion. Let's see if she can do it again. Oh, wow. Christy's making a lot of progress. Mandy is our kennel manager. She oversees all of the kennel assistants. This should be an easy competition for her. But this mop has her tangled up. Megan the Mutt Lover is making significant progress. Wow, wow. Heather's zooming in on Colin at the moment. Colin is coming out of kennel assistant retirement to participate. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Hold it up, Megan. Let's see. Wow. Well done, Megan. Well done. All right. We're gonna keep this going. So we're gonna have places. Let's see. Wow, Colin's getting close there. Christy, an active kennel assistant. She actually made these mops. Thought that might give her an advantage, but it doesn't appear that it has. Mandy's experience seems to really be paying off right now. We may only get to second place at this rate. We shall see. So while they're doing this race, don't forget to comment on who you think is doing the best job as the detangler. And, of course, make your donation. All right. Make your donation to Centre County PAWS through Center Gives. All right. Wow, Colin, I'm so glad you moved on to medical because this is just not your strong suit. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. That was very fun. We're going to move over to Chris with our leaderboard right now and give us an update on how we're looking.
Anyhow, Lisa, we're looking much better than the leaderboard is looking much better than our detangling contestants did. It's a good thing they all have day jobs. Thanks to those of you who are making gifts during our motivational power hour. We've had 44 donors support PAWS during this hour, and Julia just refreshed the leaderboard. We're up to 46 donors. Our goal is to have the most number of donors making gifts this hour during our motivational power hour. If PAWS wins this, we will receive a $500 prize. And as we've said, all money raised during Center Gives directly affects the care we can provide to our animals. So we have another competition coming up, and it is our dance competition. Actually, really, it's a dance competition between cats who are really people. Let me introduce the contestants to you. First is Pets Me Pitter Pat. Now, as most of you know, this will be Pets Me Pitter Pat's final cat dancing competition. After being snubbed by her team season after season, Pets Me has decided to trade in her whiskers for a pair of floppy ears. She officially made the Olympic dog dancing competition team for 2025, and her former feline teammates could not be happier. Contestant number 2, Petite Feet. Petite Feet and famed choreographer Doja Kitten Catlin Katie are known as the parents of interpretive dance. Mikhail Parishnikov raves. This awesomely wonderful dance team really thinks outside the box at Cayman. We are honored to have been granted an exclusive performance of an excerpt from their new hit meowsical, Tiptoes on the Laptop of Love. And our final contestant, Lady Katrina von Meowenstein. Wow, what a mouthful. Lady Katrina studied ballet and the now infamous art of rainbow ribby wand dancing at the Paris Opera Ballet School in the French capital. It was in Paris where Lady Katrina learned, if one is to truly dance, one must dance with kitty cats. We hope you'll enjoy these 3 performances, and don't forget to vote on your favorite contestant.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that incredible dance competition. So 3 of the contestants you saw in the dance competition, you may not have recognized 2 of them. And I just want to take a quick moment to talk about someone who we really owe a special thanks to this center gives. You may notice that we've changed up some of our technology and some of our audio equipment, and that's really all thanks to a great group of volunteers. I want to give a special thank you to Chris Kugler and Gregory Mudzinski for their expertise in audio help. I also want to give a shout out to Julia Wilson, another contestant in the dance competition, and of course our events assistant, Alicia Starr. Thank you all for making this event run so smoothly. We really appreciate it. So with that, I think it's time to move on to our next competition. Follow me to our cardboard creations. So, as you see here, we're starting with the Purr Pagoda. This was submitted by volunteer Gail M. The Purr Pagoda is an incredible creation. It's extremely sturdy and has multiple points of entry. Ooh. This can accommodate at least 2 cats, and I don't even know how many kittens. They would really enjoy it. I love the symmetry. I love the windows. It's really awesome. Thank you, Gail. Moving along, we have our suitcase snuggles submission that's submitted by Robin E. This is a slightly less complicated design, but boy, cats will love snuggling up in there with each other. You may not be able to tell, but the inside is nicely lined and nice and soft and warm. 2 things that kitty cats love, being soft and warm. Our next competitor is going with a more simplistic approach, but utilizing the Chewy.com box that all of us pet owners are pretty familiar with. This is the Church Street Catsoul, submitted by Gregory B. I don't really know what this is called on a castle, but I like it, and I think we all recognize it. Our next contestant here, our next admission is Home Sweet Home, submitted by Dinah S. Now this one may look a bit simple on the outside, but until you start to take apart the fine details, like the curtains, which can be raised, ooh, the crinkly paper inside, which cats love, and at the front door, when you open it, it opens like a drawbridge. You'll see, wait for it, please wipe your paws. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. All right, our last competitor is our kitty concessions. This incredible concession stand was created by Chelsea S. There's a lot of little details that we want to point out. She included a nice soft leopard print bed, a couple of bells, and these nice doors. She also did a great job on the back of drawing the PAWS logo, which we love. And the last little piece, let's just show that concession menu. I think any cat would love those snacks. So take a little bit of time and comment which one of these is your favorite. We're going to just keep going back and showing these while I talk a little bit about why on earth we decided to do a cardboard cat competition. Well, this is just a really fun way to show off something that we utilize all the time here at PAWS, which is cardboard boxes. It's simple and it sounds simple, and it really is. Cardboard boxes are an excellent and cheap, usually free thing that we can utilize for our cats who are scared and need a hidey place, or if we have multiple kittens living in one cage together when they're here from their foster home. It gives them something called vertical space so they can jump up and have a bit more room in their cage while they're here to visit the public. Something that is extremely important at PAWS is cleanliness. It's very easy for cats to spread disease around. If one of them gets a cold, it's very easy for it to go to another cat. So special attention to utilizing things that can be disposed of after single use or after one particular cat's use, or can be completely disinfected, is really essential to keeping our animals healthy while they're in our care. So cardboard boxes are one way that we can do that. You may also see when we're doing our live streams or sharing posts that we utilize a lot of PVC pipe jumpers with vinyl. Those are all things that can be completely disinfected. We totally avoid carpeting of any kind within our facility because it just can't be disinfected. So let's get another look at our competition of our competitors to really take in the hard work put in. These were all done by PAWS volunteers. They're so creative. I'm always blown away by our PAWS volunteers' creativity. We often just know our PAWS volunteers in the capacity of what they do at PAWS. So you might know someone for years and you just know them as someone who scoops cat poop, and then you find out that they're like an organic chemistry professor. And it's really an incredible thing that we do here at PAWS. It's like the great equalizer, all of us walking dogs and cleaning up cat poop. So thank you all so much for your attention to this competition. It's one of my favorites. And please be assured that all of these will be put to good use, whether they are the quote-unquote winner or not. They're all winners in my book, and the cats are going to love all of them. All right, Chris, how about another leaderboard check-in?
Our leaderboard is doing really well, Lisa, thanks to the donors who are making gifts. Between 12 and 1, PAWS is trying to win our Motivational Power Hour. And right now, thank you, Julia. She not only displays the cardboard kitty castles and whatnot, but she's a wonderful refresher of the leaderboard. As you can see, we have 74 donors who are supporting PAWS right now. And we have about another 30 minutes to go during this hour. If PAWS gets the biggest number of donors, we will win a $500 prize. And we're really excited about that because, you know, we last year adopted more than 900 cats and dogs to forever families, even during a pandemic year. That's a lot of animals that we have to care for annually. And every gift counts, and we're so grateful for your support. Now, I'm also supposed to introduce the Ulta Mutt Race, which is a race unlike some others you may have seen. It involves licky mat racing, and our contestants are Stud Muffin, Latte, Gino, and Zanzi. The referee is Patsy. This is a pre-recorded video. Again, if your audio is a little loud, just adjust the volume and enjoy the Unmutt Race.
Oh
I hope you enjoyed the ultimate race, our Licky Mat race. I'm going to take a few minutes and talk a lot about our contestants that you saw, because we had some special contestants. Up first is Stud Muffin. Stud Muffin was the orange and white pit bull mix that you saw. Stud Muffin came to us from one of our transfer partners, again, Cincinnati Animal Care in Ohio. Stud Muffin is roughly 2 years old. Again, he's a pit bull. He has lots of energy and is lots of fun. So you've probably seen him in quite a few of our promotional videos for Center Gives, and that's because he's just so cooperative, willing to do anything, and he loves treats. So he'll do pretty much anything for them. The next person you saw, the next dog you saw was Latte. Latte is about 4 years old. She recently moved to us from ACCT Philly the same day that Chacho did, but she has recently moved to a foster home where she's doing very well. She came to us because she was dealing with some skin issues, and we continue to try and manage her allergies. We talked quite a while yesterday on our medical live stream about how challenging it can be to get a handle on allergies. It's no exception here. There's a lot of trial and error figuring out what's best for her. But Latte so far has done wonderful in her foster home, and everyone here who's met Latte just absolutely loves her. You also saw Gino. Gino is the senior dachshund who was featured. Now, Gino had an unusual advantage with the Licky Mat race because he is basically missing almost all of his teeth. So that gave him a lot of advantage to really lick up that peanut butter. So I want to take a moment to talk about Gino, though, because he has a really special story. And he's not one who we've posted up for adoption, but he's one that we utilize a fair amount in some of our promotions because he is fostered by our kennel manager, Mandy. And Gino came to us, he's about 14 and a half years old. His owner very sadly died unexpectedly, and he was brought to us through another local organization called Out of the Cold. When he came to us, well, Gino needed a lot of medical attention. I mentioned his teeth. He had a massive dental done that was absolutely urgently needed. Anytime we talk about dentals, I like to point out that PAWS is not doing dentals for cosmetic reasons. We're doing dentals because they're urgently needed for the health of our dogs and cats. Gino was no exception. Gino also has a really advanced heart condition, so he's on various heart medications and really isn't a great candidate for adoption given his long-term prognosis. He met his foster mom, Mandy, here at PAWS the day he came in, and she loved him despite his very stinky breath, and he is staying with her forever. He'll remain a PAWS foster during that time. He's one of our very few dogs or cats that we keep as what we call permanent fosters, but we love having him around. Next, you saw my dog, Zanzi. She's a white chow. Hopefully you noticed her advantage, which is that purple tongue. Zanzi is an incredibly picky eater, and she was just as picky about the peanut butter as we thought she would be. Zanzi is, we think, about 7 years old. Again, she's a white chow. While she's not from PAWS, she is a rescue dog with a really sad story, and I'm so glad that we have her and that she can come to work with me every day. Oh, sorry if I'm boring you, Monk. Well, the last cameo that you saw was Monkey's sister, Patsy. Patsy is age unknown, background unknown. She's a total enigma, and we have her around. She rules the roost, and I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse of her. So I think we are getting fairly close to the last dash of our Motivational Power Hour. And when we were doing our planning, we thought, maybe we should have some kind of dash for this last dash. How about a kitten race? So we're going to try a kitten race. And we have no idea how this will go. We're just thinking it's going to be pretty cute. So we are going to go ahead and before we put them in, Kathy, can you help us with identifying the contestants? So this is the ballroom kitten litter, and they are about 7 weeks old, so they won't be available for adoption for at least another week. But okay, so Kathy.
Salsa. And you've got, is that Samba? I think that's Lindy Hop. That's Rumba. And then that's Jive.
Wonderful. So one thing that you noticed Kathy doing is looking for, do you have a little shaved spot, or is that just a white spot? Okay.
Yeah, shaved spots on
So when we have kittens who are very hard to tell apart, as these are, we'll give them little identifiers. So a little shaved spot on the head, a little shaved spot on the hip. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll get them in there, and we'll just see how it goes. Wow. Come on, babies. Well, Rumba is very outgoing. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do, because we've got 3 tabbies who don't want to participate in the kitten dash at all. So what we can do is let's pull down some of our cardboard cat creations. We'll pop a couple of those in there, and let's let some kitties decide which they prefer. So this is actually a great example of exactly what I was talking about, that when we have scared cats, we can use cardboard boxes to give them a little place to hide. And this serves double duty because we get to see who they like the best. Oh boy, this purr pagoda is pretty cute. They're going to be much more comfortable in their cardboard creation houses. We're going to put that into our home sweet home. Aw. Rumba is loving the dash, so I think we can unequivocally declare Rumba the winner of the dash. That's for sure. All right, we're going to add our suitcase. Just prop it open. Oh my gosh, wow. They really like this purr pagoda. This is adorable. Heather, if you can come around the other side there. Loving it. Okay, every time Heather moves, then a kitten behind her does something really cute. I wish that we had like 6 cameras so you could see they're like popping their heads in and out of the rooms, loving the crinkly paper in the home sweet home, looking to buy a snack at the concession stand, ready to go home in their suitcase. And we're going to add the castle and see what they think of the the castle. Church Street Castle. Another interesting thing that this shows is how varied different personalities can be within a litter. You can have some kittens that are really outgoing, others that are shy. Every cat, every kitten has their own unique personality. That's something that I talk a lot about at PAWS, giving individual consideration to every animal. And this is a good example of that. These kittens all deserve individual consideration. Rumba's planning to take home all of the cardboard creations, it looks like. Okay, it's safe to say the dash was not a hit, but cardboard cat creations, very popular with the kids. We'll show them just a little bit more. Chris, can we do a leaderboard check-in, and then we'll cut back to the kitties and see how they're feeling about things?
Yes, actually, Lisa, thank you. The leaderboard now that is up to 107 donors. That is incredible. Thank you so much for your gifts during this Power Hour. There's about 17 minutes left, but I would say that it's pretty safe to say that our PAWS friends have come out in full force and are making gifts. And I really hope you've enjoyed the activities during this hour. We love doing things with kittens. We love engaging our volunteers in these kind of creative activities. And when you're working with animals, sometimes things don't always happen the way you want them to. But it's been a true joy for me off to the side to watch all these little kittens jumping in these kitty homes and castles and suitcases. I know they're not dashing except for Rumba, but you know what? It's a lot of fun to watch. More importantly, your gifts are making it possible for us to care for the ballroom litter, as well as the many, many, many orphan kittens that PAWS is taking in right now. It's only early May. We will have hundreds by the end of the summer. And your support during Center Gives allows us to buy kitten formula, special litter, yesterday's news, and often, especially if the orphan kittens are extremely young, they require a fair amount of medical care because they're so fragile, especially when they come to us if they're only a day or two old. It takes a lot of care and a lot of support and a lot of love, and we're able to give those kittens what they need thanks to your gifts during Center Gives. And how about we take another look and see what's going on with the kittens?
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. So we've added some people to the mix, which the kittens really love. I talk for just a minute about something we brought up last night, but if you may have missed it, and it's one of the more popular questions that I receive, which is how we come up with the names that we give the kittens. So this litter is called our ballroom dancer kittens, and as you heard, we have waltz, salsa, jive, samba, rumba, and Lindy Hop. So Kathy, who's here, is their foster mom, and Kathy, it loves to dance. So I assume that Kathy, you were the one who named them. Is that right?
I did. I decided using dance themes was going to be my year. So next ones might be tap.
Okay, next ones will be tap. Yeah. So we try to give our fosters as a little reward, I guess you'd say, for fostering kittens who can be pretty time consuming and somewhat messy. We like to, whenever possible, give them the opportunity to name the kittens. So a lot of our fosters have in the back of their minds these themes that they're just waiting to utilize. So Kathy, as she said, is already thinking about a future litter, the next one she gets to name, and then she named these the ballroom ones. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I said, yeah, Waltz is the mom of this litter, and she's not in here right now. But and Waltz, of course, will be spayed before she's put up for adoption, and then all of these kitties will be spayed or neutered before they're put. Actually, these are all females, so they'll all be spayed before they are put up for adoption. So the other way that we name our animals here is when they come in. Megan talked a little bit about this last night. When they come in, we first of all see if they need a name, and we might do a naming contest online if they don't have a name, or we may have volunteers internally or staff who have come up with a list of names that we'd like to utilize and might fit that animal's personality. So speaking of naming contests, we have a naming contest currently going on our social media. So please check that out. There's a dog there who will be coming on Friday during our next Freedom Fences transport, and she needs a new name. So check that out, give us your comments, and within, I can't remember the deadline that we put on it, but at some point today, we will be choosing the new name for our new girl. All right, well, why don't we go ahead back to Chris for a leaderboard check.
Well, I'm blown away. We've had 112 supporters make gifts this hour, and very, very thankful and grateful. We're coming out of what was a tough year for everyone in our community, and things are getting a little better, but there are still so many challenges that face Centre County PAWS and all the nonprofits in the Center region. So to have so many folks come out and help PAWS win this Motivational Power Hour, we're very, very grateful for your support. As Lisa and I have both said repeatedly, the gifts that we raise during Center Gives directly impacts the care we can provide to our cats and dogs. Some come in, some leave quickly, Others come in with some pretty serious medical issues. And, our mission is that we will do what we can to make them better. And I think we'll be wrapping it up here very soon. But to the 113 folks who have taken the time to make a gift, we're so grateful. Thank you to you for your generosity.
Yes, as Chris said, thank you all so very much. We are going to wrap up. We're going to finish a little bit early. Our competitors were very fast at untangling leashes and kitten dashing / choosing cardboard cat creations. So we will be ending just a bit early, but we really appreciate you tuning in. Really appreciate your donations. I want to again give a shout out to our volunteers who have helped with audio and visual today. And I should give a big shout out to our marketing committee, our marketing team, who is really the brains behind everything that we do during Center Gives. And once again this year, they have outdone themselves by utilizing their skills and love of the office in creating mockumentary, The Shelter. So, Chris, anything else you want to say before we wrap it up here?
Well, I'm going to embarrass our videographer, Heather Mannion, who it was the brains of this production and is behind the camera. And thank you so much for doing what you do. And I want to thank all of you who have made gifts during this hour. Center Gives ends tonight at 9 p.m. And, PAWS is doing very well. I do have to put a plug in that one of our points of pride have been that we have come in #1 for the past 4 years with the most unique number of donors. There's so many great nonprofits out there. I hope we can retain our title, but if not, actually I think we can. But, the more people that can make a gift of just $10 or more, will be able to do so. And I believe we're now going to introduce the Shelter season finale. And that will air tonight at 5 o'clock. So if you've been enjoying our video episodes, stay tuned for the Shelter season finale tonight at 5. Thank you.
On the next episode of The Shelter.
Despite the challenges of the pandemic, I've seen so many great dogs and cats come and go through these doors. They got promoted, found their forever families, moved on to new adventures. I wish there was some way I could thank them all.